I just posted a Harris tweed this morning. Was your Harris tweed a certain brand, or was it just a plain just Harris tweed?
It was. Let me look at this real quick.
Just to let you guys know, I just went ahead and went on live since it's 2 o'clock. But continue.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it was just Harris tweed, hand woven, 100% pure new wool. It was like a black and gray herringbone.
Okay. Yeah, I just posted a brown and gray herringbone Harris tweed. Now, problem is it didn't have a size listed in it, so I just had to measure it and put it up as what I had. But
yeah, the easiest way to size those is just take the pit to pit measurement,
right,
and double it and just subtract a couple of inches for ease fit.
Okay, so all right, so that would give you so I had a 23-inch pit to pit,
which would be 44.
44.
Yeah, because you'd have 46 in total, and you just subtract a couple inches, so it's not, really a form-fitting fit.
Right. So
yeah,
44.
Jason,
right.
When you do that with the pit to pit and then subtract a few inches, do you put that in your description that you subtracted a few inches for comfort, or you just say pit to pit, or
no,
how do you word that in your description?
Okay, so in the listing title and in the item specifics, it's going to show 44R or 44S. The S and the R and the L means short, regular, or long in length. And what I do in my listing description is I'll have the actual pit to pit measurement, the length measurement, and the arm measurement. So it'll say 23 inches for the pit to pit measurement. So they can assume that it would be 46 around, but that's typically a 44 in size.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I was beating my head against the wall trying to figure that out this morning of exactly, because it wasn't marked as a size. So I really I actually didn't even put a size on it. So I'll go back in there probably. And with it being I'm pretty sure it's a regular. I don't think it's a long, because the sleeves were 25 inches. Would you know?
The regular long and short comes from the length from the bottom of the collar to the very bottom hem of the.
Oh, okay.
And you measure that on the back. So
yeah,
it would be, I think, around 30, 31 inches is considered regular. Anything longer than that would be long. Anything shorter than that would be short.
All right, perfect. So it is a 44 regular then, pretty much. I was going through different listings, looking at their listings to see, and their sizes and their measurements, and trying to kind of get a guideline of what it was. So, yeah, I was thinking it was a 44 regular, but I wasn't for sure. Thank you for that insight. I appreciate it. So,
I have a question for you, Jason. And Rebecca is the one that we had this huge conversation in one of our meetups, and Rebecca is the one that kind of introduced all of us to tweeting our items, and especially me. I still do it to this day. Do you use social media to get your items out there and get more views on your items?
I don't. I haven't really ever, I guess, expanded into that. I just put it on eBay. I don't even really run sales anymore, but I just put it on eBay, and if it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I mean, from my perspective, it's just eBay has the traffic, and I don't feel like I need to put any more time into actually promoting my listings. Other than that, not saying it wouldn't benefit, not saying it wouldn't help. I just haven't really ever experimented with it.
Well, I will tell you that ever since I started doing it, I get views immediately, and I don't just mean those first few. Like I get a lot of views immediately, and I stopped doing, and especially Twitter. I stopped doing Twitter for a little while just to see if it was making a difference, and it really did. Now, I don't know if eBay, like, I'm not going to say has something against me, but I mean, just like, I don't know, maybe I don't know what it is, but it seems like when I wasn't doing Twitter, then some of my items weren't getting views for weeks, like 0 views, or 1 or 2 views. But as soon as I started back doing Twitter again, it was getting views. So,
well,
definitely.
The only thing that would concern me about that is eBay does not like when your products don't convert. So, for instance, if you're getting a whole lot of views on your items, but they're not converting into sales, that will actually drop your visibility for those items. And that's really the most concerning part about it, is like if you're promoting your listings on Twitter and they don't convert into sales, eBay will actually start neglecting that listing in best match ranking.
Really?
Wow.
That is crazy.
Yeah. You shoot yourself. It's like you shoot yourself in the foot. Like, it helps my sales. It helps with me getting sales, but yet then on that note, it seems like I'm just shooting myself in the foot with eBay. So,
well, I don't, I think where it would be a matter is if, like, say you just completely stop promoting your items on social media, and then you have you have all these items that have had so many views but just no buyers. I mean, and we sell one-off items, so once it's purchased, I mean, it's gone forever.
right.
So I mean, all you need is just one person to buy it. I just know I've realized that, like, if I have a hot item and I price it too high and I get, say, 150 views in 30 days, when I go to relist it, even at Sell Similar, my view count just continually drops fewer and fewer every 30 days that I'm relisting it.
Now, do you change the price when you do that? Do you lower the price?
Well, my prices are constantly dropping a little by little every single day. So I mean, eventually it will sell, but if I have a harder time selling it if it doesn't sell within the first 30 days, even by using Sell Similar.
Okay, because I do have a couple of items that have had tons of views on I think it's from Twitter, and they're not selling. And I've kind of decided to tell myself, if I have 100 views or more, then I want to like list it, Sell Similar, because it's kind of, I can't remember my logic behind it, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty much what you said, that eBay, if they see that you got all these views and no sales, I mean, plus it's telling me that people are looking at the item, they like what they're finding something, but they don't like something about my listing, whether it's the price or how my pictures or something. So I try to change it up, so, and I just started doing that a few weeks ago, but, like right now, and I kind of wanted to ask you guys' opinion on this. I have just listed recently, a 24 lot of men's dress shirts that are Tom James, I believe is the brand. And there's 24 of them, and 5 of them are short sleeve. The rest are long sleeve, and they've all been dry cleaned. Like, it's not necessary to dry clean them, but the guy that had them before, he dry cleaned all his clothes. And so, but also some of them have like his name, just like his first name embroidered on the sleeve, and maybe the initials, not on all of them, but on some of them, and on the pocket. And I looked up how much these shirts cost individually, brand new, and it's over $100 a shirt. So I've got 24 of them on, and I started it at $130 because it's going to take about $30 to ship them because it's so heavy. And I had well over 100 views in like just a few days. And that concerned me, because that told me, I think, either my price is too high, because I'm thinking maybe people want to buy it at a cheaper price with, the fact that it's got his name embroidered on it. A few of them do have like spots on them that would probably wash out in the wash. And I did mention that in there. So, I mean, what would you guys do? Do you think I should like keep them lotted? I mean, I haven't even tried selling these shirts individually, or, I mean, because they're apparently high quality shirts if they're over $100 a shirt brand new. You know what I mean? What would you do?
Yeah. I would keep them lotted. I just did a quick search on Tom James dress shirt, and I think it was over 100 listed, currently active, and in the past 90 days, only 20 of them have sold. And so when you're looking at the sell-through rate there, you're looking at around 7 sales per month, and you're competing against 100 active listings currently. So with that being said, I just typed in Tom James dress shirt lot, and there was a lot that sold on the 12th of January. This is the only lot that I found that sold. And it sold for $44 plus $35 shipping. And let me see how many's in this lot. A lot of 11. So it'd be
I
about
saw that one. That's where I kind of got my pricing from. Kind of doubled what they sold, and you know what I mean. So I kind of sold it at 100-ish.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
But what's working against you is the shirts that have the initials embroidered or his name embroidered. You know, that's, I mean, I don't think that that's going to be something that someone's going to be interested in unless they just by chance have the same name or initials. And because of that, you know, it's already not a highly sought after brand. Not saying it's not high quality, it's just not
Right.
it's not highly sought after. And because of that, those embroideries are going to work against you also in the sales. So what you might do is lower your price, maybe keep it active, but lower your price by $10 or $15 every week until it sells.
Okay. Now, see, the thing is also is I have free shipping. So do you think, I mean, I probably know what you're going to say because you took all your free shippings off, right? So
Yes, I'm still on the fence about it. I haven't decided if that's a good choice or not. I can tell you,
kind of an experimenting.
yeah, I can tell you I'm making, you know, I don't know. My sales are staying fairly consistent, like as far as the dollar amount. I'm selling less, but my average sales price is higher, of course, because what I did was I just tacked on shipping. I didn't change the price, the actual price of the item. So as soon as I changed everything
Oh,
from
really?
free shipping to paid shipping, I mean, everything cost $4.88 more than what I had it listed. But I'm also my prices are also dropping consistently because of the price specter deal that I use.
True.
And so I just assumed that, you know, after 10 or 15 days of paid shipping, you know, the prices would kind of go back to what they would have been prior to me offering free shipping. And something else that I'm kind of skeptical about is I've been sharing my store, or at least my eBay store name, with one of the eBay groups that I'm in on a fairly consistent basis the past couple of weeks, and I'm getting a lot of traffic from sellers that are in that eBay group, and of course not making any sales from those people. And because of that, I kind of feel like, you know, my sales have slowed down a little bit. And that goes back to the whole, you know, you're getting traffic, but it's not converting type deal.
I don't know if it's you or if it's yeah.
Okay.
Did you say
Now,
Julio hopped on?
Huh?
Did you say Julio hopped on?
Yeah, well, no, he's on the live chat.
Oh.
And he just said that he's on his way to his gig and he was listening, and I just want to say happy birthday, Julio. Today's his birthday.
Happy birthday.
And also so on the note of selling a lot of clothing, there was one time that I had 17 t-shirts, and I had a few in there that I could have definitely like sold individually. Like there was a Dr. Pepper t-shirt that I used to love, just didn't fit me anymore, and maybe a few others, but there's 17 t-shirts total. And a lot of them had like a V cut out of them. They used to be my mom's shirt, and she used to do that. And so a lot of them had a V cut, and so they kind of been a little bit altered. And I really didn't take many pictures of the front, just like the good ones, like the Dr. Pepper one or whatever. It took forever to sell that lot. And it's kind of the same situation to where the shipping was, I mean, I was able to fit those into a large flat rate box. I mean, barely. But these shirts that I have now, they're not going to fit. I tried. They're not. So it's going to cost about $30 to ship those on average, anywhere from. And that's the cool thing about, just on a side note, that living in Oklahoma, it's going to be probably cost almost the same if anywhere around in the outer USA, you know. But anyways, yeah, it took a while to sell those shirts. And what I ended up doing which I think I'm going to end up doing with this, is I lowered the price, but I added on to shipping. So people knew that what they were getting for the shirts and what they were paying for the shipping. Because, yeah, I do feel like the embroidery is working against me. But I'm thinking, if somebody just happens to need, like, a whole bunch of dress shirts and doesn't care about the embroidery, if it's cheap enough, good deal, So, but like I said, it took a while to sell that. I had to lower the price a few times, but I finally did get it sold. Thank God. So, but I just didn't know for sure if, like, I should cut the lot in half, if I should just do separate the short sleeves with the long sleeves. And they're 2X. So it's not, I mean, plus sizes are kind of, sought after a little bit more. So I feel like that's working for me. But yeah, that embroidery is working against me. But these are really nice shirts. And in very good condition. Actually, I had one button chip. I had my daughter helping me button them all up because they were all unbuttoned. And I created this little wire thing out of a wire hanger to be able to, because they were so tight and so dry clean and starched that it was hard to get through every button on every shirt. So I kind of created this device for us with a wire hanger to go through the hole and pull the button through. Well, she chipped a button in one of them. So, I put that in the listing. But other than that, these shirts are in excellent condition. And so, do you think they might sell better if I separated the short sleeve, long sleeve, if I just cut it in half? Can you really think of anybody that would buy 24 of these shirts? And I guess unless it's at a good price, right? I don't know. What do you think?
Well, how many of them are embroidered versus not embroidered?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Okay.
I'd say maybe half of them.
Do you have the word lot in your listing title?
Yeah.
You said they're Tom James?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to find them. Let me see here.
That's a good idea. I could just show you my listing.
Oh, I see it.
Just talking about it. You see it?
Yeah. What's it listed under? It's okay. Listed under dress shirts. Good pictures. I like it.
Thank you. See, and I wanted to do an individual picture for each one, but you only get 12 pictures. You know what I mean? So I did the best I could with what I had. Do you think could you easily put it on the screen or so Rebecca could, or so whoever's watching could see it?
Yeah. Let me see if I can share my screen real quick. Screen share. Share. Okay. Can you see this now?
Yeah.
Right. So this is her first photo here, and it looks like she's just got pictures of 9 of them here and another 9 of them here. It looks like long sleeve and short sleeve. I really, really, really like this photo. If I were
that's the one I had as the first photo at first, and I was thinking, I don't know if that's getting anybody's eyes. So do you think I should put that back as my first photo?
I personally would have that as your first photo.
That's awesome.
It doesn't show, each individual item, but it just shows, from a standpoint of looking on a rack exactly how much in clothing articles you're getting. And I like that the outer background is quite dark in this, and you've got light shining kind of centrally in the photo, and it just kind of brings everything out in my eyes.
Hey, Jackie's here. Sorry, I just had to say hi to Jackie. She just came in. Okay, I'm sorry, Jason. Jackie, we're talking about one of my listings right now. I got a 24 lot of dress shirts, and so Jason has what is it called? A screen sharing my listing on there. So I'm sorry to interrupt you, Jason. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. Yeah, this guy's name is Dwayne. So you might maybe let me see if you've got it in your description. Dwayne. Okay. How much are you asking for this? $98.75 free shipping. I mean, that's already you can't go any lower than that.
Yeah.
You're at like $4 a piece at this point. And I would just leave it there. You're getting 1 view per hour is what it's telling me. So you're getting
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
yeah, you're getting a bunch of views on it. I would just leave it there for a while. How long ago did you list this?
It's only been about a week.
Okay, do you have any watchers on it?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I haven't checked. But I think the last time I looked,
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. I would just leave it there. I mean, I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't lower the price any more than it already is. Otherwise, you're going to be shooting yourself in the foot because it's going to cost probably $20 to $25 just to ship it. And then you're looking at, 20% in fees. You're looking at only getting $50, $55 in your pocket after it sells at the price it's at.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, not a problem.
So how you doing, Jackie?
Hi,
Hello?
Jackie.
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, barely.
Can you hear me? I'm sorry.
I
Hello?
can't hear you now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm doing well. Just kind of been busy this morning trying to get my storage area in order because it's kind of a wreck, and my son is now helping me take pictures. So I'm trying to get more organized so that it's easier for him.
Very nice. It's nice to have help. Do you know that your video is not on? Can you not turn it on?
Yeah, I'm in a place where I can't put it on, but I will be in like a couple
Oh, that's
minutes.
fine.
But yeah, I'll put it on.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times like I've had a few people didn't realize that their video wasn't on, so I just didn't know if you knew or not. But that's okay. No problem.
Yeah, I'll get mine on here in a little bit.
No
But,
problem.
but yeah, I've just been trying to get like organized and just doing a little bit of like sourcing. There was a church like yard sale down the street this morning from my house, and I found this like Christmas starter kit in new condition, and they're going for like $130 on eBay, and I paid $2, so I was excited about that.
I love stuff like
Nice.
that.
Yeah, that was a nice little find. I've been getting into more hard goods lately, just because I'm not too excited about measuring clothing. It kind of bores me. So I'm more into the hard good stuff. I think I have more fun with it. I enjoy it more. So I'm kind of, I don't mind the clothes, but it's just, I don't know. It's not as exciting for me, I guess.
Well, Jackie, what you might consider doing is what I'm doing, and it's just build your base business using clothing because it's so plentiful, and just contract out the pictures and the measurements to someone, and after that, you can start sourcing more hard goods and doing all that yourself because that would be more passionate. You'd have more passion for that rather than the clothing, but you still have, a consistent stream of income coming in from clothing because, I mean, it's just so much more plentiful.
Right, right. The only thing I've noticed, like with the clothing, usually when I go and source clothing, I do try to take my time to find things that are gonna get me a little more, cash, like bang for my buck. I try to take my time to find stuff. I just find like I don't know. I mean, they don't just, I guess they don't sell too well. I don't know. And I just opened my store like literally weeks ago. So I'm just trying to get into that, listing a little bit more and get my store up. So I don't know. I'm trying to find my
Niche.
Yeah. I really like hard goods though, and I love Christmas things, and I'm really having a really good time with like embroidery kits and um like cross stitching. Um, I have been finding some really good ones and making like a killer amount of money on them. So I'm having fun with those too. So I'm kind of trying to find my niche. I really like the cross stitching stuff and the embroidery. It sells really well. There's like a group of people that follow stuff like that. So I feel like it does really well. And like I found two this week, and they both sold within like minutes of listing.
Nice.
So
Wow.
and for really good money. I mean, I think I netted like $120, and I only invested $12.
Wow.
Did you buy
So
this new, or did you just happen to find it at like a thrift shop or a garage sale?
I actually found it on local Facebook group. This lady was selling some like retired cross stitch kits, and they were both new in new condition. And try to get my video on here, guys. Sorry. Um, oh yeah, sorry, I look kind of messed up.
You look good,
But
girl.
anyhow, yeah, like I found two. They were both in new condition, and um, she sold them to me for a couple, like $6 each, and both of them sold like within minutes of listing. It was crazy. Like one I listed last night, and it sold within a minute. So
Wow.
yeah, it's just, I don't know, like I've been doing cross stitching kits lately, just finding them, and I found one like a week ago at Goodwill, and I paid like $1 for it. My lighting's not so great, and I sold it for $80.
Wow. Okay, now I've got to keep my eye out for cross stitch crap.
Yeah, I find the one I found was an Elsa Williams. Elsa Williams has a following, and they're not easy to find because a lot of her things are like retired, but people that have those kits, you know, sometimes they haven't finished them or done them. And mine was actually missing the needle because they were actually selling for more. They were like 150 new, but I sold mine for about $80 because it was missing the needle, and it had been opened, but it was in like new condition, and it sold within minutes. So I've been kind of trying to do that. And then here I also just bought, I'll show you guys what I bought. I paid $6 a piece, but I think I'm gonna net some good money. I don't know if you guys can see. I don't know how can I turn my phone? I don't know. Oh
You
yeah,
should
here we
be
go.
able to.
Let me see. Can't, I don't know if I can. I'm trying. Oh, I just bought a lot of Disney snow globes.
Whoa.
Hmm.
Okay.
I just got this one um, from a lady I bought. She gave me 14 for $85. They're all in extremely good condition. This one here apparently selling for like 100 and something right now on eBay. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna get like 70 or 80 for it. I'm hoping. But
Wow.
this is a I think it's a Hercules one, and they're all in really good condition. I have like a 2000 Mickey Mouse one, like from Disney World, and then here's this one that's like First Kiss from Snow White, Sleeping Beauty.
Wow. Oh yeah,
Um,
you got yourself a killer deal there for sure.
yeah, she gave me the whole thing for $85. She actually lives in Shawnee, and she's like a collector, and she was getting rid of some of them, and she was coming out to Moore, and she met me up because I live in Moore. And she met me on Thursday, and yeah, gave me. And she initially said there was only 12, but she added two extra, which was nice. She gave me the Scooby Doo one, which I think is going for like 30 or $40. But I just figured, hey, there's a couple that have a little bit of like
I think algae just from storage and because they're really old. But I've seen a couple of them sell like that anyhow for pretty good money. So I figured if I sell one or two of them, I made my money back, right? So,
Wow.
yeah,
That's awesome.
I think
I'm
my
excited
biggest,
about. Yeah, I've been trying to like. I really like snow globes too. Like I've been kind of looking, and then Disney snow globes do really well. They sell pretty quick. They have a lot of watchers, and like they do pretty well. And a lot of the ones she gave me are just older, like rare, hard to find. And yeah, so she was like, if I get rid of more, I'll just call you. I'm like, call me. Yeah, yeah. So I'm just, I'm trying to like find a niche, but so far I'm liking the hard goods. Like I said, I'm liking the embroidery, cross stitch, and I'm really liking like a lot of these snow globes. They sell pretty well.
How did you get a hold of this lady? Like, how'd you know she was it an estate sale, or did you find her on Facebook?
No, so I found her also on Facebook Marketplace. Like, I was just because I'll just go on there and look for things that have already sold that sell for pretty well, pretty good money. And so I'll just go on there and I'll search, or I have saved searches too, because you can save them and it'll tell you every time there's a new, like somebody has posted something in that category. It'll tell you, oh, you have 20 new things under snow globes or whatever. And so she was selling it just said $80 snow globes Disney. So I looked at it and there was a bunch of pictures and it said for the whole lot. And I was like, whoa, $85 for the whole lot. Comes to like $6 something each one. And so I just thought that's a good deal. And I'm trying to like step up my game as far as investing a little bit more, and making like, some little bit more higher purchases to get a little more. Yeah, so that's just kind of where I'm at. But I really liked the lot. I was contemplating on keeping them. I thought they were cute. My daughters were like, those are awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty
They
good
all
collection
work.
you got right there.
Yeah. So I just found her on Facebook Marketplace. She was just selling the lot, and I messaged her, and we got together, and yeah, that's how I've been doing my sourcing. Like I try, mainly my sourcing. I don't have time during the week because I work a full-time job, but I do it during the weekends, like my weekends on Saturdays and in the evenings. And then I do a lot of Facebook Marketplace or just like local sellers, people here locally and stuff like that. Yeah.
Nice. Do you ever use Facebook to source, Jason and Rebecca?
I haven't really all that much, but yesterday for the first time, like I'm starting to get more involved in hard goods now, that I've kind of got half of the work with this clothing deal contracted, so I can spend a little more time sourcing, and because I'm getting a little more involved in hard goods mainly to combat the lower sales in the summertime. So I'm kind of just gearing up for what's going to be slower months for us as clothing resellers. It's not only slow, but it's also your average sale price is going to drop too, because when you're dealing with pants, jeans, and sweaters and jackets and coats, that stuff usually sells for a higher price than shorts, polos, and things of that sort. So, but I've done a little bit of sourcing on Facebook Marketplace, but like yesterday, I spent all day going to estate sales, and I found a few decent items, but a couple, like I found a Sony Walkman. It's like a tape deck, Sony Walkman tape deck with a built-in AM/FM radio, and that thing I paid $3 for it. It should sell for $40 pretty easily.
Wow.
Yeah, that's cool.
I went to a sale the other day. I went to a sale the other day and got like I spent $30 and I got over 100 articles of baby clothes, and there was a Neiman Marcus wool, 100% wool scarf in there, and it sold like the next day for I had it for $29.99, and it was no, it was $39. No, it was $29.99, and it sold like overnight, and so that was nice. And also, this is another brand to look for that will sell like none other. Like anything. This thing is all, I don't know if you can see it. See that brand here? It's probably backwards, is it?
No,
I don't even know how to pronounce it. But anyway, that brand, I've got it up. It's got watchers on it, and it's on an auction, and but I got that and the walkers. There's this little thingies. I found them in a box at this thrift store for $5. And let's see that. If you can see that.
What is that? What's that for?
Okay, so this, can you see the name on it? I don't know if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, this is the neatest. Every time I've ever had this product, this name product, it's, you put their foot. Okay, so this is what they are. They're foot rollers. And they're supposed to increase the circulation in your feet. And like, this is a hot brand. So just a tidbit of information right there. So anytime you can find this brand, it will sell like none other. Like
where'd you find those?
What is it? Would you ask?
Where'd you find those?
At a thrift store in a bag. It was, I told my husband, I said, I am a scrounger. Like I will go, this bag that this was in was filthy, dirty. It was a white bag and it was like gross. It was nasty. This thrift store, like they get stuff in and out so quick. And they don't clean it up. It's just it's a junk store basically. And when I picked up that bag, I was like, I look for treasures. And so when I opened it, I was like, and so I closed it real back. And I went to the counter and I said, what will you take for this bag of, junk right here? And he goes, I'll take $5. I went, I'm out of here. Bye. I'll take it. So yeah, I got all excited about that one. So, but that's a really good brand. But yeah,
Awesome.
Thank you for sharing. I've never heard of that brand before.
Yeah, it's each time that I've ever the couple times that I've put it up, it sells really quick. But I was thankful for your tidbit that you gave me about the cross stitching. So I've already been searching on Facebook Marketplace in Tulsa.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
So.
I mean, and sometimes you just see them like when you go to Goodwills and stuff, they kind of just under piles or like on top. I find them sometimes a lot, on top of those shelves, like where the clothing racks are.
Mm-hmm.
Like right under there, or a lot of times they'll throw them like under the the houseware things, like right under, like they'll just pile them in there, or they'll be where the books are, because they're it's just like a plastic package, so they're not very thick.
Mm-hmm.
And they can kind of be anywhere. So every time I kind of go, I go into Goodwill or Salvation Army, I go for those little places where a lot of people won't look, like under all the art supply stuff or like junk that people don't look under.
Right. Did you say Elsa Williams? Is that what you said that was?
Elsa Williams is the brand, but gosh, I can't remember the brand. If it's Dimensions. Dimensions is a really good brand.
Mm-hmm.
And then Elsa Williams is one of the she designs, but I can't remember what that brand is right now. I can't remember it at the top of my head, but I'll put it on the Facebook page when I remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, Elsa Williams, like if you look Elsa Williams cross stitching or Elsa Williams embroidery, you'll see there are certain ones that sell for pretty good money.
Yeah, Jason,
like
I know
Pleasures of Winter. Yeah,
you've done really good with the clothing line, and I'm trying to get my clothes up. But my husband just said the same thing. He wants to go more towards harder line stuff and just have that base that I've got and just build. But because clothes sell, you may have to drop them a little bit to the price, but they do sell. and I've got a lot of them to post.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I've
Mhm.
I've went from December and January. I was selling about 60% of everything I had listed on every single month, and I think my average price was close to $30. And I think this month, since I've switched from free shipping, I'm selling about 10% a week, which would be about 40% a month instead of 60. And my average sale price is I think around $36 or $37. But we're nearing that season where there's just like a short slump in clothing sales. I mean, it's February is going to be kind of slow for most of us, but March and April it'll pick up a little bit. You kind of just have to really pay attention to what you're sourcing because we're getting closer. Everybody's tired of winter. They're tired of buying winter clothes. They're ready. They're just kind of laying dormant, ready for spring to begin.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Hey, Julio just posted in the live chat that he said that let me go back. He found a couple of boom boxes at an estate sale today, and I asked him how much were they, and he said $6 each. I said, "Oh my gosh, did you get them?" And he was like, "Heck yeah!"
Yeah, he's got a lot of different things that he sells. He's got a lot of different things. I've gone on and looked at his store. He goes from clothing all the way to electronics to he's got a wide range of things that he sells. Yeah.
Yeah. He finds the good stuff and he doesn't pass on anything he gets some good stuff.
Yeah.
He's a natural at this.
That's really kind of where I want to start gearing my store. I mean, now I'm probably going to open up a second eBay store because I want the Thread Hut to stay, specifically clothing, but I want to open up a second eBay store for all my hard goods and things. That way it looks much less like a yard sale and it's more, more uniform. But I want to get to where it's about 50-50 for me, clothing and then hard goods. That way, there's less of fluctuation between seasons, and if you see, I remember watching 10K on the Bay, Chris from 10K on the Bay, say this. He said, if you focus on 3 specific categories on eBay and you make each of those categories make you $100 a day in profit, each of those categories, then you'll have a 6-figure income at that point. And I know I've already got it in clothing, so now I'm kind of trying to work into electronics and get into vintage electronics because there's in this thrift store group or this eBay group I'm in, Casey Paris is the moderator of it, and there's a few people in there that specialize in vintage electronics, and they show their eBay sales, and I'm talking about average $1,000 a day in sales on eBay. I mean, it's ridiculous what vintage electronics bring. And so I want to get involved in that, do more research in that, and also, kind of in home goods, home and garden, stuff like that. So I'm just trying to kind of branch out, not just with clothing. I've already built the clothing business where it's making me $100 a day typically. So now I want to kind of get into other niches as well.
Do you have help, Jason, besides what you source out for the pictures and listing? Does your wife help? Or?
She helps me. She helps me package and ship things. I usually package it and I hand it to her, and she weighs it and puts the weights in, and she'll take it to the post office. We actually drive it to the post office every weekday evening there to at Will Rogers World Airport, because it tends to get to our customers faster when we do that rather than having our local post office pick it up.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about the new policies that have popped their head up this week that eBay has done? Dare we go there?
I don't think I know about those. Do tell.
Okay. Let's see. Well, the one thing that I have heard is that this is more the post office is requiring, if you do have more than 10 packages to pick up, that they're going to require a sheet to be printed out. I've meant to try to catch my postman to see if that is in fact something that the United States Postal Service is doing across the board, but I haven't had a chance to nail her down yet, or nail him down. So I've got a couple of different ones, but and then the other one was that they are moving. eBay is actually moving the sale, that showing that your item is on sale, which Jason said this is not really going to affect him, but because he doesn't run sales, but instead of it saying at the top that the product is on sale, they're moving it actually down below the description. And what was another one?
And they're getting rid of PayPal.
PayPal is going away.
Yes. PayPal.
What?
Yes.
Well, it'll be, won't it be like a second?
It's 3 years, I think. 2 to 3 years. Is that what they're looking at? That it'll take to roll over.
Yeah, they'll still accept PayPal.
Right.
It's just not going to be eBay's primary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what
apparently
eBay's
it's supposed to be better for sellers, though, that fees are going down. So
yeah, I think what eBay's trying to do is integrate, the entire buying process from start to finish to stay within eBay. Like if you buy something from eBay right now, in the purchasing process, you get redirected to PayPal to complete the transaction. And so what eBay's trying to do is integrate all of that within eBay so that none of the buyers have to leave eBay's website to complete the transaction.
Okay. That makes sense, but I love my PayPal.
I do like it.
I think
people are worried about the payout and how it's going to affect sellers as far as how they're going to get their money. I think a lot of people are questioning that, if they're going to have to wait longer, so if it's going to be instant like PayPal. Obviously, they just have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're going to try to make it as smooth as possible.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I'm a little concerned about it, but from what I've been hearing is it's going to be actually better for us in the long run, less in fees. And I think that it's a good move on eBay's part, because eBay's market share will go up after the move. And I just think that it'll make it a lot easier for people to make purchases. So I think that we'll see an increase in sales overall after it's all said and done too.
Yeah, I have a question for you guys. Since I just literally opened a store, I think it was this week. I had just the regular 50 items, and I was steadily selling stuff. But I decided to jump in. When would you say, as far as listings, your sales got better? They were just more consistent. What number of listings?
Well, you got, if you take, okay, so you say, how many do you currently have active?
Currently I have about 75, because I'm trying to list every day about 10 or 20 if I can, but
okay.
Since I just started this week.
How many do you typically have on average in a month? Or last month?
Oh, before?
Yeah.
I had about 30 or 40.
Okay. How many items were you selling? Did you sell that month?
I usually would sell about 2 or 3 a week.
Okay, so probably 12. So you've got about a 30%, 33% sell-through rate. So if this is the way I look at it. So if your sell-through rate stays the same, stays consistent, then you can say, well, if I had 300 items up, I'm going to sell consistently 100 items a month. And then you can break that down per day or per week, however you want to do it. So once you get to 300, as long as the quality of items that you're listing stays the same, your sell-through rate should stay, somewhat consistent with what it has been. So you should be looking at, if you have 300 items up, you'll probably sell about 100 a month at that point.
And what is your cost as far as what do you usually price your items at, like a range? Your because all your clothing is used or is it new?
So I'd say 99% of it is used. I pick up new stuff when I find it, of course,
Right.
because people donate brand new stuff with tags in the thrift store. So,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
but honestly, I don't price. It depends on from one item to the other. And what I usually do is when I'm listing the item, I'll find a similar item that has sold and I'll just hit sell similar. And while I'm finding that similar item, I'm paying attention to the sell prices or the prices that the items have sold for. And
Mhm.
and I'll just stay within that margin, in that range. I usually price, up at the top of the market value because my items are going down in price daily. So I'll just give it a shot at the
Right.
top of the market value and then it just goes down from there.
And how much did you say you go down in price every day? I can't remember what the
1% per day.
1% per day.
Yeah,
Okay.
1% of the start price. So, but I have Price Spectre set. Like this is something that I realized, or when I started using Price Spectre, is like say I start an item at $50, it's going to drop 50 cents per day, which would put it at, I guess that would be $15. It'd be $35 after a 30-day period. And so, if I just hit relist, then it's going to continue just to decrease by 50 cents a day. And to make it last a little bit longer, I hit sell similar and reset my Price Spectre where it'll start taking only 35 cents per day off because it's $35 now. So what I've got it doing is taking uh, the start price is taking 1% off from the start price. So when I relist it, it's now only taking 35 cents off a day instead of 50 cents off a day.
Now, are you using a program to do this for you, or are you doing it yourself every day?
Yeah, it's Price Spectre. I'll show you real quick a quick screen share of where you can find this.
Okay.
And,
Up last week or the other day when we were on here. It's pretty cool.
yeah, so if you go to selling tools down here, you can go to manage third-party applications. And here in applications, you can go to the App Center, and the Price Spectre is actually an eBay third-party application. This is what I use. And when you go into Price Spectre, you'll see that I've got all of my listings are right here. These are actually newly listed, so I haven't even turned them on. But I'm going to turn these on real quick, and I'll show you. Here, I'll do that later. But here it's showing the current price, the buy it now price plus the shipping. And I have it set. It's right now, this is the start price and this is the end price or the floor price. You also have a ceiling price. If you wanted to increase your prices, it would increase to a certain price and then stop increasing at that point. But I have it set to $12.99. So once the item reaches $12.99, it'll quit. It'll stop decreasing in price. And it says discount X days, Y percent. And I have it set for discount 1 day, 1%. And so after every 24 hours, it'll decrease in price 1% from what the start price was.
Is there a monthly fee for that within eBay?
No, it's not. But see, the thing is like you can set these items to refresh in price. And if you use anything other than the default, it costs you premium points, and premium points cost money.
Okay. Very interesting.
So you just use the default. Is that right?
Yeah, I just use the default.
Cool.
And you said it's called Price Specter?
Mhm.
Yes.
Are there any other things that you use within eBay, like the apps? Is there any of those other ones that you do use?
Well, I used to, but mostly all of the rest of this is just junk that I've attempted to try or have tried in the past and hasn't really, I mean, I don't really, Price Specter is the only one that I really use. And I list everything through eBay. I used to use InkFrog, and before that, I used to use 6-bit listing software. And I just find it much more efficient for me to just go on eBay, search for the item that I'm trying to sell, find something that's extremely similar and hit sell similar, copy and paste a listing description, and boom, I'm done.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I love doing it that
I
way.
have a question for you, Jason. I just realized that you have a live screenshot on YouTube of your store name. Whenever we're done here, do you want me to like block that out, or do you not? Does it not matter to you? Like before I let it go ahead and upload to YouTube, you know what I mean?
Oh, it's fine. I
Okay.
don't care. It's okay. Here it is, everybody. Here it is. Just read that.
Free advertisement.
It is.
I love how you did the screenshot. I want to learn how to do that, but that's probably a different show. I don't know how to do that. I see people do that all the time. I'm like,
If
how
you-
do I do that?
Okay, if you get your cursor over to the left, it's going to be the green screen with the arrow. If you move your cursor arrow to the left of, where we're live, it's the green screen with the arrow. You just hit that and you choose. For me, I have to choose which of my two screens I share.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Cool.
Well, awesome. It is 1 minute till 3, so I think we had another good meetup. Yay. As
Thanks.
a matter of fact, I think it went a little bit better because I'm a real trial by error kind of person. So instead of just having everybody's emails, and because I did send everybody an invite last time, and it seems like some people didn't get it. I don't know how it's supposed to show up or anything, but yeah, doing the link just seems so much easier. So I'm just going to start doing that from now on. About 15 minutes before a meetup, I'll put the link in the meetup and in the group, and that way, whoever wants to jump on can come on in, especially at any time like Jackie did. So, just as an extra precautionary, I went ahead and also personally messaged you guys it. I was just like, I want to make sure people are seeing this.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for joining and for everything you shared. I have so much to work on. I'm going to look into that Price Specter and get some more clothes listed, because I still got a whole bunch from that guy too. And really, I kind of miss doing the hard goods. I've got a whole bunch of stuff of hard goods too that, I mean, you guys are really getting me motivated here. Every time we do this, I get so extra motivated and excited. So, again, thank you guys for coming in, and then I'll see you in a couple weeks. And also, I'll put in a topic next time in the event.
Yeah.
So, I mean, of course, obviously, we could talk about anything that comes up, but I'll put a specific topic in there. And if you guys have any ideas of what you would like to talk about, just let me know. Put it in the event. Put it in the group, and maybe I'll do a poll. See what everybody wants to talk about, because I mean, I would love to hear about anything and everything that has to do with selling. So, so I guess that'll wrap it up.
Cool.
Do what?
If you don't mind, I would like to just make an announcement that at the beginning of the year, I actually started a YouTube channel, and you can find me at Thrift Trader. My YouTube name, my channel name is Thrift Trader. So if you just search me, I've got like 7 or 8 videos up. I try to post 2 or 3 a week, but I'm just trying to get it all kind of lined out as far as like my scheduling. But I'm on YouTube now, so if anybody wants to check me out, I'm there.
Oh, awesome.
Okay. How about you
Post
send
your
me?
link.
Send me a link in your in the Facebook Messenger, so I can have the exact lettering, and I'll put it in the description under this video. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Anybody else got a YouTube going on?
My son does. He's had one going. He's had one up for a couple years. It's really done well. His is the retro reseller. So I'll send you the link to that one too. So
Okay.
That actually sounds very familiar. I think I've actually watched a few of his videos.
oh yeah, that's my son.
That's cool.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us, and I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
All right.
Good.
Thanks, Lisa.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Have a good
Bye.
day. Bye.